tomorrow otherwise. But as you know, for many, summer is prime time to soak up some sunshine and then cool off in the water. And whether you're expected to hit your neighborhood pool, like our girl Friday over here, or take a trip to the beach, our first guest has some valuable information for you.
That's right. We'd like to say good morning now to Dr. Michael Fitch. He's an emergency medicine physician there at Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Absolutely. Good morning. Great to be here.
Well, when we're talking about summertime and getting outside and enjoying some of the water, we always want to be able to enjoy but not get into any dangerous waters or have any dangerous habits that just might not make it the safest for us out there. Do you have any tips for this time of year?
Yeah, this is a great time of year to start thinking about water sports, whether it's in your backyard in your pool, or if you're going to go to the community pool or go over to friends, or even a trip to the beach. So it's really important to make sure that, especially in a time when we're having trouble getting lifeguards across the country, that if you're going to a pool that has lifeguards, just make sure you follow the instructions, follow the safety things that those professionals are doing that are designed to keep you safe there. And if you're on your own, if you're in the backyard, if you're going to the beach or something like that, sometimes if you're an adult, adult beverages may be part of the celebration near the water. And just be careful and cautious with the substances and with drinking alcohol, because that can certainly play a role in some of the accidents that we've seen.
You know, especially as adults, I think a lot of adults probably think they're much better swimmers than they actually are, and it's probably been a long time since they've been water safety tested. If you're in a situation, doctor, when you're out and you might need a life jacket, how do you test that? How do you know that it's in great working condition?
Yeah, so if you're going to be on the lake, or if you're going to be out in a boat, or someplace where life jackets are important to make sure you have the right size. You know, the label will show on it that it's a certified life jacket by the Coast Guard. And it will tell you what the weight range of the individual that it's for. Make sure that you understand how to put it on. Make sure that all the buckles are in good condition, that all the straps are in good condition. And inspecting it before you're out on the water and might need it in an emergency is really important.
What about, Dr. Fitch, some common myths out there involving drowning?
Yeah, so, you know, one of the things that we want to make sure is that everybody knows that don't swim alone. We want to make sure that even if it's not a place where there's a lifeguard, that you're with a group of folks that can keep an eye on each other and make sure everyone stays safe. But sometimes when you get out there and you read online or you look in social media, you hear some things about water safety or drowning that just aren't true. So for example, a couple of years ago, there was a term that was thrown around on the internet, and a lot of social media grabbed a hold of it, called dry drowning, which just is not a medical term. It's not a medical condition that happens, but it really distracts from the important thing, which is drowning, which is a submersion injury in liquid like water. It could be a lake, could be a pond, could be your backyard pool, could be the ocean. Drowning is the #1 cause of death for children age 1 to 4. And most of the time, when someone has a fatal drowning in that age range, it's during a time when they're not supposed to be swimming. So you got to make sure that if you've got a pool in your backyard, that you've got an appropriate fence around it, that the automatic gate that closes when you go into that fenced-in area works properly, because that's an important safety measure to help keep our children safe.
Absolutely, Dr. Fitch. And we know that kids can even be distracted. They're just running around playing, maybe, you know, just having fun. But what else do we need to keep in mind whenever you do bring kids to a pool or any area that's around a large amount of water?
Yeah, well, if you're at a pool that has a lifeguard, making sure that we follow all those instructions as we talked about is really important to help keep the kids safe. And if you're at a place that's not supervised by a professional, making sure that you have adults on hand that are watching the children is really important. If there's children that don't know how to swim, they need very close supervision when they're going to be near water, because sometimes the kids don't know and they just see the other children having fun and they jump right in. So we need to be sure that we're there and ready. One of the things that you can do to be prepared too for both water emergencies and other medical emergencies is take a CPR class. Learn about how to resuscitate somebody while we're waiting for the medical professionals to come in the unlikely and unfortunate situation where you do have an emergency.
These are important reminders, Dr. Fitch. Thank you so much for your time and all of your guidance. And also, we will have this interview posted on triadcw.com later on, so that'll be a great thing to share online, you know, especially this time of year. So thank you again for your time.